Shower upon me.
Really?
Dear Lord. The perfect person that'll put up with all of my... Jesus! It's just gonna plap it onto us.
Welcome
to the J&O Show.
We talk about
things that we would never told them, Jay. And now you know.
Alrighty, guys. So today we actually just gonna jump right into it. It's kind of a reaction, but not really a reaction. We're just gonna play a snippet from none other than Abba and Preach. Shout out to Jem.
Yeah.
To them. Blah, blah, blah. This video is entitled "Mom Tattoos Her Son for Money."
Yeah. Just go and watch it.
Just
All right.
People don't recognize that all their choices are being made in relation to how they were raised or their parents' relationship, right? I just got to somebody, and they're like, "Yeah, you know, my parents' shit doesn't affect me." And this person was super clingy within the confines of the relationship; they wouldn't let go for anything. And I just said, like, your parents are divorced. It really affected you how they got divorced. Don't you think that, in a way, the way that you're going about this is just to not end up in the same situation as them? And they pause for a second and have to really think about it. And then you have other people who see their parents do something and they replicate the exact same behavior.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's say their dad cheated on everybody, okay? Then they come up as a young man and they start cheating on everybody too, right? And they never question it. It's like, well, people don't realize that they get their relationship models and their life models from their upbringing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's why we and you had this conversation. It's like, from the people that we know, the people who are most capable of staying in relationships and being stable are folks from what?
Stable relationships.
Right? Your parents was that way.
Yeah.
Some of the people we know's parents was that way. And their ability to stay in relationships and stay stable is far higher. Even in the stats, it shows it. Why? Because we model ourselves subconsciously or consciously either to replicate or to do the opposite. Most of the time. And so I'm watching this, and this is the same thing. She's not gonna give her kid all the struggle. She gonna give him none of it to give the opposite of what she experienced. At least that's how I perceive it. What do you think?
Yeah, guys. If you want to watch the full video, we'll have the link in the description. But we just wanted to play that snippet of what Abba was sharing because it's true. It's not rocket science. I feel like people don't really think about how your environment shapes you. And your environment does consist of like your upbringing, where you lived. Like, you're going to, like he said, you're either A, you're going to do exactly what you saw, or you're going to do B, the exact opposite, because you detested it so much. It's either one or the other. It's not really like in between.
Yeah. Most people do exactly what it is that they grew up in.
Really?
Most people. Most people do. Not all, but most. All you need is 51%. 51% of people do exactly what they grew up in. You know how we know this? You know how we know this?
How?
We look at that 70% single mom rate in black families.
Okay.
70% of us walk around came from homes where it was only a single parent. Usually a single mom. 85 or more percent is single moms. And they repeat the behavior. How do they repeat the behavior? We can't get along. That's how you repeat it. You have no clue how to be in a relationship and work with somebody.
Because you haven't seen it.
Because you ain't seen it. You ain't seen nothing. You're blind as a bat. Have seen nothing. And then your uncles and your aunties, they ain't doing it. Your cousins, they ain't doing it. Your friends down the street, they ain't doing it. There's all of these people around you. Don't have no clue how to work with somebody and be in a relationship. Or, and this is what I think is probably more common with us, with our peoples.
What's that?
They think the heavens is gonna open up.
Yes, Lord!
And deliver me down the perfect man or the perfect woman. Can I get an amen? Yes! Shower upon me.
Really?
Dear Lord. The perfect person gotta put up with all of my... That's what we think. And this ain't a man or woman thing. Because men think the same thing.
Bruh.
She gotta be perfect. I heard them talking about traditional women. Traditional women. I watch a lot of Pearl because she's everywhere. Pearl, yes. I watch a lot of you. You got 15 channels. Everywhere. I'm watching. And they keep on talking about traditional women, and then the woman will sit up and say, "I'm more of a traditional woman, I want to be, I want to submit to my man." And
What do you like to do?
Whatever you like.
Bruh.
I want to have a tradition. I would love to stay home and take care of the kids. And they go, "You a virgin?"
What?
Bruh.
In order to be traditional, you must be a virgin. And all of these guys are like, "Yes, I want a traditional woman." None of you can take care of the woman and make her not work.
Bruh.
They all gotta go to work. As soon as they go to work, they're no longer traditional.
Ain't that right?
He ain't lying.
That's right.
But they have to be perfect. 100%. We all think that they are like, it's so amazing to me that the one thing that is more important in our lives of a decision that we have to make, that was terribly worded.
Bruh.
I'm gonna try it again. The single most important decision we have to make in our lives that determine how the rest of our lives come out. The person we choose to be with or procreate with. That person. We have to do nothing
Bruh.
to make sure that it's a good choice. Do not. I'm just going to be myself with all of my damage, my issues, growing up without my daddy, even though it hurts me deeply and I think, "Oh man, I'm trash," but I'm going to get the one guy that Jesus is going to bring into my life.
Bruh.
Yahweh going to bring into my life. Allah. I got a headache.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Prayer works. Prayer changes things. But from that standpoint, God is not going to give you something that you can't handle.
Yep.
Prayer is all good. Faith without works is dead.
Bruh.
Yes, you got to put in that work. The work part, the faith and the works, they go together.
Okay, so here's something. I was thinking about this the other day. It wasn't exactly for this subject, but it applies. It applies.
Okay.
How many years does it take for you to get a doctorate?
About 10.
More than that. Because you're thinking you're working for a doctorate if you're going for it from the time you're a child. It's 16 years to get your bachelor's degree for most of us.
Yeah.
18 years to get your master's. 20 years to get your doctorate. How long do you think it takes to have a successful business? For most people. Just throw a figure out there that makes sense to you.
Probably about 10 to 15.
Right.
Yeah.
5-10 years it takes most people to have a successful business. We think because Pearl got a YouTube channel, got 1 million subs in a year, and everybody's like, "Yeah, that's how it goes." No. No, that's not how it goes.
That's not the norm.
That's not the norm. She's exceptional.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was taught by her well-off daddy. Excuse me, rich daddy. I'm rich. How to do business to some extent. He gave her lessons that she used to build an empire. Okay, it's not an empire yet, but it will be.
Bruh.
I'm predicting it. It's coming. Because she's showing that she knows business more than most people on YouTube. So everybody thinks because this exception, it takes you 5-10 years to do a business of work. Work 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day. 90% of them fail.
Bruh.
We talking about that 50% divorce rate. 90% of businesses fail, but we worried about the 50% divorce rate. But we all want to start a business. Nobody wants to get married.
That part.
Bruh.
So these two huge things take all this time. But a relationship with the most important person in our life,
We don't put no investments in.
Jesus, it's just gonna plap it onto us
Bruh.
with zero work.
You done?
Oh Lord. Okay, look. We are in a dire situation in our community. Because of the decisions that were made by both men and women. We are stuck with a situation that not only we don't know how to get along, we aren't listening to each other at all.
I am not listening to you.
Bruh.
That's very true. And I didn't realize that, y'all. Just coming from a woman's standpoint, it's becoming way more evident. Like the more and more I'm looking at different things, whether it's TV shows. I don't even know if we want to get into that right now.
That's a whole nother episode. We'll do an episode on that though. I know exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah.
The show Love is Blind.
Yeah.
We're just picking things out of it.
It's Netflix. Yeah. Netflix season, I think it was season 3. We just finished watching it this weekend. And, woo! I was just like, what the f? It's scary. It really is. And we really need to come to a place where we can be open to be able to listen to each other. Women listen to women, but also women listen to men, and vice versa. Men listen to men, but men listen to women as well too, because we're trying to communicate the things that we want and need in a relationship. And it's like we're not like nobody's hearing each other. Well, I don't want to say nobody, but a lot of people are like missing it. They're just so set on trying to get what they want and they need.
Right.
They're not listening to the other person.
I am not listening to Jeffrey.
Right.
Even though they're telling them,
right,
like, this is what I want and this is what I need, and they're just like, well, no, this is what I'm gonna do because this is what I do. This is what I know what to do. And that's circling it back to your upbringing. Like, people are doing what they've been taught, what they've seen. You know what I mean? That's what they typically tend to do, unless, like we said, in the case where it was just they detested it so much where they're trying to do the extreme opposite of what they grew up in because they hated it. Right. You know, so we got to do better.
Everybody thinks that they're going to be the next Jay-Z. I'm the guy out of the projects that's going to become a billionaire. Most of us are not going to have that outcome.
Bruh.
They're fortunate if they become middle class, because, you know, what do they say? You could take the
you could take the person out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out the person.
Yeah. So, and we need to understand that if we don't come together and figure this situation out and listen to each other, because that's really what it is. We're just missing each other with communication. Yeah. And because a lot of us just don't want to change, you have to be willing to do the work. That was the whole point of my rant and everything. You got to be willing to do the work to secure that. And I'm not saying for anybody or for somebody that you don't want. And also, we are terrible at picking people. And that's another thing the show told us. We are terrible at the stuff that we're using to pick people. We can continue to have bad results, and we will still do it over and over again. Like doing the same thing over and over again. Like, it's insanity. We didn't have a whole bunch to add to what Abba said to me, because to me he just was very clear. Yeah. You know, but the reaction about like certain things that started coming to my mind afterwards, it was just like we gotta do so much better.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all got something out this video. I think we were kind of all over the pace, but we came back. We brought it back to the.
I always do that. I'm sorry.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think. Comment down below, and let us know what your thoughts are. Oh, I did want to give a shout out to one of our faithful watchers,
Arnita.
Yes,
Arnita Xavier.
Shout out to you. Been rocking with us for quite some time. And
Kai, we always see you.
Yeah, we always see you, Kai. Shout out to you. You part of the y'all family.
Yeah,
y'all
basically
part of the family
at this point.
But yeah, we just wanted to basically put this out there. Like we said, comment down below and let us know what you guys think about, you know, our upbringing and environment and how all that plays into it, and whether or not you agree or disagree that men and women are just not listening to each other. That's gonna do it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Till then, deuces.
I was so woke. I don't know why my energy came down. It's so weird. I was up and good. We were playing the music. I don't think I play music in the morning, which is really bad for a producer. But
okay. Ready? You ready? You ready?
You ready? You ready? You ready?